Hey there everyone, I've decided to film a neutral smoky eye tutorial for you guys using the Jaclyn Hill Favorites palette by Morphe brushes. This video is going to be a full face tutorial and I hope you all enjoy. If you want to see how I achieve this look, keep watching! So by the way, first off, before the vid, I already started off by moisturizing and priming my face to get it ready for the makeup. And I'm just applying MAC Paint Pot in Soft Ochre to create a base for the shadows so that the colors appear better and also to help the shadows stick and last longer. I prefer doing my eye makeup first just so that if there's any fallout or anything, I can always just clean it up with my foundation. I'm also going to just use a fluffy EcoTools brush to help blend a matte light eyeshadow in like a medium brown color from the palette as a transition shade to help the shadows blend better. I realized after I filmed that when I was showing the shadows, the palette was totally out of view. So I'll attach a picture at the end of the video of the palette showing which shadows I use and labeling where I exactly use them. Once all of that's blended in, let's just see. Okay, so now I'm going to be using a dark brown matte shade in my crease, and the brush I'm going to be using is one that I got in my Urban Decay Vice 2 palette. Once that color's in, I'm just going to remove the extra shadow that was on the fluffy brush I used before and blend out the transition and the crease colors. This will help prevent a stark line and make everything look much more seamless. Now onto the lid shade. I'm going to use this shimmery light gold cream color on the lid and pack it on with my e.l.f. shader brush. You can already see how the darker crease makes the color stand out so much more. Once that's all done, I'm just going to blend everything out again. I'm also going to go in back with the transition shade, and I'm going to use the other side of my brush. It's a bit more fluffy, but not as fluffy as the brush I used before, and just help blend out the brown with the lid shade. And I'm also going to take the leftover highlight that I used on my lid and use it as an under eyebrow highlight. I'm just going to blend all the shadows together. Okay, so now that the shadow part is done, it's time to move on to foundation. I'm going to be using Estee Lauder Double Wear in the shade Dawn and applying it on with my damp beauty blender. As soon as the foundation is on, everything starts to look way more complete. I absolutely love this foundation. I have super oily skin and this foundation does not budge at all. Most foundations tend to start melting off within a couple of hours, but this one, no way. It also has great coverage and I would definitely recommend to any of you looking for a new foundation and don't mind the slightly steep price point. Okay, so now that the foundation is done, it's time to move on to the highlight. I'm using Maybelline Instant Age Rewind in Buff Beige under my eyes, along my nose, my chin, under my cheekbones, and at the top of my nose towards my forehead. This just helps brighten everything up, and I'm just going to use my beauty blender again to blend all of this out. Okay, so now onto the bronzer. I absolutely adore the Rimmel Maxi bronzer in Sun Love. It's a gorgeous bronzer, especially for warmer skin tones that doesn't end up looking muddy or too orange once applied. Its name has sun shimmer, but I swear it looks matte and you can't actually see any shimmer in it. I'm going to use this fluffy brush by EcoTools to apply it onto like the typical contour points. It's not the type of brush you usually see for contour, but that's because it just gives a more natural look and shape to your face that's blended out by the brush rather than giving a super stark intense contour. I also forgot to stick on some lip balm, so I'm just going to quickly put some on now. Now time for the blush. I'm using the MAC blush in Stubborn right above where I applied the bronzer on my cheeks. The blush is very pigmented, so when I apply it, you can already see it creates a really intense dark wine colored blush, and I'm going to be using this e.l.f. powder brush to blend out the bronzer and blush so that they kind of mix together to fix the stark line of blush. I swear I said blush way too many times. Okay, so now it's time to start finishing up the look. I'm just going to add the final details. I'm just going to do a winged eyeliner using the L'Oreal Lineur. I think it's Lineur. Lineur Intense in black. This eyeliner makes it really easy to get a perfect wing every time. I'm also going to start filling in my eyebrows using the Anastasia Dip Brow Pomade, in Ebony, but that's going to be after I'm done all the eyeliner. Okay, it's time to start filling in the brows. My brows aren't that sparse, they're just a bit light, so I stick to my natural shape and just darken them with the pomade. Again, the pomade is in the shade Ebony. The brush I'm using is also an Anastasia brow brush. I think it's the number 7 brush, but I'll list everything in the description box down below for reference as well, for any of you that are interested. It's going to help blend everything out with the spoolie brush as well, just so that everything just looks much more natural. Okay, so the mascara I'm using is the Makeup Forever Smokey Extravagant mascara. I'm gonna apply it to my top lashes and just go in with it again on my bottom lashes once I apply the shadow near my waterline. Actually, I think I applied a little bit on my bottom and then I realized that I wasn't supposed to. So just ignore that. Anyways, I'm going to go back in with our dark brown crease color that we used, and I'm going to use that along my waterline using a Quo eyeliner brush just to blend, and I'm also going to blend it out with a clean e.l.f. shader brush just so that it's not just too dark and it just smooths out and just looks much more blended. And I'm also going to go in with the shade we used on our lid. Oh, see, there we have some footage. Okay, so that's the shade that I used on my lid as well. And I'm going to use that as an inner corner highlight just to brighten the eyes. I'm going to blend that out with the shader brush as well, just so that it doesn't look too targeted in one area. And because of the inner corner highlight, a little bit of the black eyeliner got lightened up, so just want to fix that up. And now onto the bottom lashes. Mascara time. Okay, just gonna line my lips using the Milani lip liner in All Natural. This color is like the perfect nude liner that works with pretty much almost all my lipsticks. On top of the liner, I'm also going to be applying the Kat Von D's liquid lipstick in Lolita. You cannot believe how long I searched for that lipstick because it was sold out everywhere, but I do not regret it at all. It has honestly become one of my favorite lip color shades that I wear all the time. So gorgeous. Though I personally prefer the liquid lipstick over the regular studded lipstick color because I swear they're two totally different shades. The liquid lipstick goes a little bit more brown, which I prefer. Okay, almost done guys. Time to get that highlight on fleek. I'm going to be using MAC Soft and Gentle, and I'm going to apply it using a tapered Real Techniques brush just to the high points of my cheeks, along the bridge of my nose, and in my cupid's bow. I feel like when applying to your nose, it's just easier to use your fingers. And in my cupid's bow, I actually ended up getting a little too much. So I'm just going to help blend that out by dabbing it with my beauty blender. I swear a beauty blender is such a lifesaver. Anyways, that's it. We're all done with this makeup look and I hope you all liked it. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and click that subscribe button for more videos. Thanks for watching. Bye!